So, what is your work? Why did you come? Why are you here? What's it all about? Alfie? Why are you here? Why are you here? What is this day meant to be for you? Is it supposed to be meaningful? Of course. Is it supposed to be hard? Never. Is it supposed to be productive? Yes, of course. Is it supposed to feel good? Yes, 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 yes. Will it provide expansion? Undoubtedly. No question about that. The question is not, is this moment in time going to be productive for you? Because it must be. The question is not, will it cause expansion? Of course, that's not the question. The answer to that is yes, 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 because it must be. The only question is, will this moment in time feel good to me? Does it feel good to me? And the answer to that is, are you letting it be that way? Have you prepared yourself vibrationally to allow it to be that way? We've been teasing you a bit lately by saying you really don't want all the food that you will eat forevermore to be in front of you today. Here it is. This is this lifetime's quantity, and you have 3 hours or 12 hours or 24 hours or 36 hours. You really don't want all the food that you will participate in to come to you today, do you? Say no, you don't. The buffet here may make you feel differently at first. Esther and friends walked through it last night and decided that they did want to eat everything that they would eat for the rest of their life today. But an hour later, they weren't telling the same story. You don't want it all today. You want it incrementally, in the right timing. And the right timing, from our perspective, means in the readiness, in your readiness to receive the fullness of it to your greatest capacity. So you've been listening to us for a while, haven't you? And you know that everything that we talk about is about your vibrational alignment, not only with who you are, but with all that you've been asking for, which is the same thing as saying all that you are. Can you hear that distinction? Because when your life has caused you to know what you don't want and therefore to ask for what you do want, even if you don't put words to it, you're asking vibrationally. You cannot have an experience unwanted without its wanted equivalent vibrating from you, coming out of you like a rocket. So you have been moving through your experience asking for what you are wanting. And the source within you has been not just hearing it and not just recognizing it and not just identifying it and not just understanding it, but the source within you has been becoming the vibrational equivalent of each and every facet of the multifaceted desires that you are shooting forth. In other words, incrementally, the source within you has been becoming that fuller version based upon what you've been carving out. When you don't have enough money, your inner being becomes more prosperous, because in your feeling of the absence of something wanted, the presence of it is equally known and understood by that larger part of you. Do you get that? Don't you always know more fully what you do want when you're living what you don't want? You're not good at talking about what you do want when you're living what you don't want. You're mostly talking about what you don't want in an effort to explain to others how it's not the way it's supposed to be. As you defend and rationalize and justify and explain, sort of like you're saying to your mother, see the absence of goodness in my life, what are you going to do about it to fulfill it? But the source within you, law of attraction, all the power of the universe, the energy that creates worlds, is not giving you what you need. It's giving you what you want. It's giving you what you desire. It's giving you what you've asked for. So the question isn't, are you asking and is it being given? Because the answer to that is always yes, yes, yes. Yes, it's being given. And it's being given right now. It's being given right now. But the bigger question that you really want to ask and we really want to answer is, am I standing in a vibrational place of allowing what I've been asking for? And the question is a big question, and the answer we want you to hear, the answer is yes, to a certain extent you are always allowing some of it, because you can't help it. You can't help but be the receiver of what you're asking for to some degree, but you are often holding it off way longer than it needs to be, because the work that you think you're supposed to do isn't the work that you want to do in order to put yourself in the place of readiness. Have we built up suspense? What is the readiness? What is the readiness that you must accomplish? What is it that you have to be ready for? You have to be vibrationally equivalent to your own desire. You have to be vibrationally ready. So when your life causes you to know you don't want this, you shoot out a rocket of what you do want. But in fairness to you, when you've just lived through something that you know with every fiber of your being that you don't want, you're not vibrationally ready for its opposite. You're not vibrationally ready for the abundance that you say you want. You're not. You can't complain about not having enough money and be vibrationally ready for the avalanche of money that will come to you as soon as you be ready. You can't complain about what's not working and be vibrationally ready for what you want to work. The question and the answer are vibrationally different, very different. The problem and the solution are vibrationally very different. So when you feel disappointment, that's your guidance saying you're not up to speed with the solution you seek. You are vibrationally equivalent to the problem, and you're still sending the rockets, and we're still lining up with them, and law of attraction is still gathering in your vortex of creation all of the cooperative components that will one day be the filling in the grid, the fulfillment, manifestation, the fulfilling in the grid, the manifestation, the realization, the actualization, all the stuff you want. You're going to see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it when you're ready. And almost everyone we speak with would say, I'm ready now. And we say, no, you're not. Because when you're ready, it's happening. And you say, oh, you got to be kidding. I don't really know that I'm ready until it happens. That's how I know? Well, then how do I get ready? How do I get ready if I don't know I am ready until it happens? And we say, figure it out. And we mean it. Because we've been telling you and telling you and telling you and telling you and telling you. In other words, in every possible analogy and example that we could offer you, but words don't teach, do they? So when you understand the process, when you understand that anything you ask for can be yours, because if this time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire it within you, it has the wherewithal to deliver the goods in the fullness of that which you have imagined as you have asked. In other words, you can be deprived of nothing that your life has caused you to know that you want. You cannot be deprived of it. It is a sure thing. But you can hold it off for indefinite periods of time by your simple attention to its absence. And that's really what we want to help you with here today. We want to show you how, if you can just distract yourself from the absence of the specifics of what you want, in diffusing that vibration that is contradictory, which is therefore causing a resistance in your frequency, which is therefore mixing up your signal and depriving you of the realization, the manifestation, the actualization. If we can convince you that you got to stop caring about the having of it. And when you stop caring about the being, doing, having of it, and instead you are satisfied with the feeling of it. In that feeling, which is general, you can achieve vibrational sameness with it. And now you're ready. When you find the feeling place of what you want, and you practice it enough that it's what comes up first, so that when you're talking with friends and they say, how you doing? You are doing great, and you want them to know it. And when they probe for details of manifestations, you say, too soon to talk about that. Don't want to upset my vibrational apple cart. Don't want to focus upon the specifics of that, because the specifics of that are not yet in place. And if I focus upon the specifics that are currently missing, I will mess up my vibration and slow my process and become less prepared, less ready. So today we want to talk to you about your point of attraction, and about how you feel as you stand in your point of attraction, and about what you can do to alter your point of attraction to allow more of what you want to be attracted by you. And so toward that understanding, we are talking about this point of attraction being like a grid. It's like a basis. It's like the structure that will fill in with more details. Really, the way we want you to think about it, it's like this nucleus. It's like in the scientific lab, it's the petri dish that they are hoping to grow the specifics of their experiment in. It's the state of being from which you are emanating your vibration and to which all things are being allowed by you. So as you focus upon the idea of this grid, now we want to place it in relationship to the vortex that you've been hearing us talking about for a while. The vortex is, I know what I don't want, what I do want goes into the vortex. And even though I'm not ready to speak about it, and I'm not ready to be a vibrational match to it, because I'm more aware of what I don't want than really what I do want consciously, still it's being held in this vibrational state, and the larger part of me is there with it, and it's not going anywhere. We say to you, you've put enough in it to keep yourself happy for 20 or 30 lifetimes. So here is this vibrational creation. It's a vibrational reality that is ready to flow into your grid. Your grid meaning where you stand in your real life experience, where people can see you and hear you and smell you and taste you and touch you. So as these things flow into your grid, that's when the manifestation of them that is more tangible to you can occur. You're following? The grid, your state of readiness, your vibrational state of readiness. And just like water flows downhill, when your grid is in the right vibrational place, the things that you have asked for will begin flowing in, not all at once in an overwhelming avalanche, but in the perfect timing. Because along your way, you not only ask for all of those things and all of those experiences and all of that money and all of those relationships, but you also ask for ease. You also ask for fun. You also ask for balance. You also ask for perfect life. You've been asking for all of those things, and all of that is ready for you and will come to you in the perfect timing, which is controlled by your vibrational readiness. Are you following?